Yeah, the guy made it handmade. Yeah, this is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made everything handmade. Yeah.
Heavy.
Not super heavy. So food we have in like pound things, like a kilo, you know,
Yeah.
2 pounds. And the guy, he hand twisted them.
Yeah. Did a lot for it or what?
When I bought it, bro, for a really good deal. When the price of gold was cheap during the pandemic, and my dad always said like buy gold as a good asset, like like just because it appreciates. And the crash happened, and the price of gold was like at $32 a gram or something like that. So I had paid like, because it's a quarter pound. I paid probably like with the custom chain, custom lock, and everything, like around 5,200, and I got it appraised, and right now it's like 8,500.
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But it sucks because right now, like, if someone like you wants to buy a chain, like the price of gold went up a lot.
Okay, look, he's doing just a session.
All right, let's get it started. For everyone who doesn't know me, my name is Mishu. I go by Mish. I'm a new in Ripple Global. I was one of Hassan's previous mentees. The mentorship was just done, and I got hired in Ripple Global. I'm still on my 2 weeks trial period.
Oh, these guys are crazy good, bro. They make like 30K a day, 40K a day. Some guys make 100K a day. Yeah.
Because they know what the fuck.
So the only reason why I got
I'm trying to get there.
Global,
So far, I lost 37K.
I'm really good at growing a small account into big accounts.
The teacher, he made 2 million a day in the beginning of the year. Yeah. But they leveraged like 200K, and he got like I think it was like a 600% return on a 200K investment. Yeah. But then at the same time too, if you don't know what you're doing, you can lose all that money. Oh, what the fuck? Wait. Who is this? Here, we can keep going, bro. I'll leave it right here. You get a free lesson, bro. Some money right here. The register got
You guys aren't gonna mute everyone.
Yeah, these fools make some fucking money, bro. It's kind of ridiculous.
All right, everyone can hear me now? All right, let's get it started. Today's class, we're going to be talking about some familiar patterns. As we all know, the market can move in 3 different ways. It's an uptrend, downtrend, and just up and down. The uptrend, you all gotta understand, it's gonna look something like that. A push, a pullback, push, pullback, push, and pullback. You will never see an uptrend like this. You will never see something like that. There is always going to be a pullback, always a retest. When the market's pulling back in this area, this is where you find an entry. Once the push started, you just missed the game. Wait for a retest, wait for a better entry, and with the better entry, it's on a pullback. How do you know that the market's uptrending? When the market is forming higher lows and higher high, as you can see in Tesla. Let's go on a daily chart. You will see low, lowered low, lowered low, lowered low, lowered low, lowered low. And again, for the high, it's going to be high, higher high, higher high, higher high. This is how an uptrend look like. There is always, all right, let's get to a better one like Apple. As you can see on Apple, where's that drawing tool? Drawing tool. All right, as you see on Apple, you see here a low, higher low, higher low, higher low. As long as we're forming, higher lows, that's mean we're uptrending. Downtrend gonna look like something like this. Downtrend is a pullback, push down, pull back, push down, pull back, push down. I don't know how to mute everyone. I'm not really familiar with using Zoom. All right, so same thing with the downtrend. You either caught the push from the top or you just wait. You don't go and buy somewhere right here. You wait for a pullback, for a retest, and this is where you find or look to find an entry. There is some familiar shapes the market keep forming again and again and again. Some of them is like a continuation pattern. Some of them is a reversal pattern. Today's class is going to be simple. We're just going to talk a little bit about basic patterns like a bull flag, bear flag, pennant, head and shoulder, inverted head and shoulder, things like that. All right, the first one, and it's one of my favorite, it's the bull flag. A bull flag is when we see an uptrend, then it starts forming a shape like, oh my God. And then we form this shape. An uptrend, then you'll see the stock start moving sideways, just like that. When you see this type of patterns, this is called a bull flag. Bull flag is a continuation pattern. A bull flag, how you trade a bull flag. Once you see this pattern, all what you have to do is wait on the break right here. Once you see a break, this is your entry for calls. You'll always see a break. If there is no enough volume, you'll see a pullback, which is a safer entry. Then you'll see a push. I have a few examples for Tesla. Okay, let's do the bear flag on Tesla. This is for the bear flag. And usually the profit target in the bear flag is the same move that happened before we hit the top. Once we break, we're gonna see the same exact move. It's not always gonna be perfect, but this is how the bear flag, or the bull flag, sorry, look like. Then we go to a bear flag. A bear flag is a bearish continuation pattern. You'll see something like this. Exact same thing, just inverted. You'll see like a sell-off, then the stock just changing. Then your entry for a bear flag is once we break the lower trend line. And again, if we see a break with a volume, it's going to keep pushing down. A break with a little bit of volume, we'll see a break, a pullback, then a sell-off. And it's going to be same thing. The profit target, the same move from where it started. You're going to see it again once we see a breakout. This is one of my favorite patterns. It's just like continuation, either to the downside or to the upside. This is the trade me and Hassan took a few weeks ago. It was on Tesla. We were watching this bear flag. So as you can see, this is a freaking bear flag. This is another bear flag. As you can see on this bear flag, it's a very clear bear flag. Here's a sell-off. Now we range. Once we break to the downside. It's a very easy pattern to trade. This is again a continuation pattern. All right, so where do we enter, where do we exit, and where do we put a stop loss? Yes, you can use a bear flag or bull flag on any time frame. It's just the bigger time frame, the bigger breakout gonna be. So you can be watching a bear flag on the 1 minute, you can be watching it on the hour or 4 hours or a daily. It's all valid. How do we trade a bull flag? Let me draw a bull flag. Your entry should be once we break the upper trend line. So in any trade you're gonna take, you must have a plan. Where I'm gonna enter, where I'm gonna put my stop loss, and where I'm gonna take profit. Once you have those three, this is what we call the perfect plan. So if we trade in a bear flag, this is how our plan gonna look like. Where's the long position? We enter once the break happened. We put the stop loss if we pushed back again to the bear flag, and the profit target should be based on volume, trigger prices, and some like resistance and support area. But the bear flag pattern, usually we trade it like that. When you're more familiar with the bear flag or the bull flag, you can play the retest. Once we see a candle, like a hammer candle on the lower trend line, we can open a trade with a tighter stop loss, just like this. As you see on this Tesla trade right here. This is an obvious downtrend. Then we range, then we break out. So my plan for this trade was really simple, really easy, nothing complicated at all. Where's the... We get into a trade once we see a breakout, just right here. If you want, you can trade the breakout, then hold through the pullback, or you can just wait for the pullback and just try and hop in. as you see in this trade right here, it was just perfect. Perfect bear flag, perfect entry. Stop loss should be if we get back again into a bear flag. And then we just tried the downtrend again. Anyone has any question about bull flag, bear flag? Anyone is not familiar with the bull flag or bear flag?
درسم شروع شده
ها؟
کلاس انا منو میچوگه کسا آره
All right. One of my second favorite pattern to trade is a pennant. Pennant, you'll see something like this. And this was the main reason why I traded Tesla on Thursday or Wednesday. I was just watching a pennant to break. Pennant gonna look like something like this, either a downtrend or an uptrend. Then we range. How do we trade a pennant? Pennant can go either way, to the downside or to the upside.
Yeah, let's do it.
Are these only for swing trades or day trades as well?
It's depend on which time frame you're watching it. Like if you could identify a bull flag on the 1 minute, so this is a day trade or a scalp entry. If you're watching a bull or bear flag on the 4 hour or on the daily, this can be a swing trade.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
But if you're going to use it for a swing trade, I prefer to wait for a retest.
Would you say that right now on the 15-minute chart, we're seeing Tesla making a bear flag?
Right here, well, I think what I'm seeing is there was already a bear flag. Let's go on the hourly. As you see on Tesla hourly, just a bear flag. Then this was a beautiful flush on a bear flag. Right now, I think we might retest this bear flag or maybe a push. Let's see the 15 minutes, what the 15 minutes look like. Well, I think yes. Bear flag is still there. Yep, this might be a good day trade for tomorrow, but I'm a little bit concerned about Tesla. Like it's been downtrending for a while now. Tesla lost more than 45% from all-time high. But yeah, this is definitely a bear flag.
Got it. Thank you so much.
All right, so how we trade the pennant. Let's say the pennant is gonna break to the upside. We're always gonna be waiting for a break. We don't try to get in the between. When the stock is ranging, those premium gonna be just not moving at all. You might be like buy it somewhere right here, then the Vega gonna kick in and you'll lose some value for the premium. So the safer way is to wait for breakout, or if you miss the breakout, wait for retest. Don't ever chase either downtrend or an uptrend. A pennant can go both ways. If we break to the downside, we take puts on the break. With the stop loss, if we pull back again to the pennant, or if we're gonna break to the upside, we wait for the break to the upside, then will be our entry. With a stop loss, if we're gonna go back again to the pennant. Remember, you always, before buying anything, before hopping in any trade, you need a plan. I'm gonna buy right here. Why I'm gonna buy it right here? Because let's say this is a bear flag. I'm watching a bear flag on Tesla. Once we break the bottom trend line, that's mean will be my entry. The target gonna be again based on trigger prices, based on support and resistance area. We'll get to that part again. And where should we put the stop loss? Stop loss should be put in if we went back again to the bear flag. I really like those three patterns. It's really easy to identify. It's really easy to trade. It's really easy to put the stop loss, the profit target. I want to say the bear flag and the bull flag is one of my favorite patterns to trade. And again, if you miss the breakout, just wait for a retest. All of those patterns, you might see a retest, all of them. Like this, let's say this pennant, it's a break to the upside. You might see something just like this. Now we break the upside. Well, right here at this point, this is what I enter. But this is an early entry. As we can, sometimes we'll see a push, pull back, then a push. So if you miss the breakout entry, don't panic. Just wait for a retest. If the volume was really strong, really high volume, you just missed this. You just missed the trade. It's not a big of a deal. But don't ever chase, especially if you're trading options. You don't want to buy a premium when it's the highest on VIG and gamma push. Then once you buy it, we see a pullback, then those gamma and VIG are just gonna flush and you will lose immediately 30 to 40% on those premiums. What would invalidate a flag? Okay, let's see, we were watching a Tesla right here on this bear flag. The bear flag invalidated if it hold above the trend line. As you see right here on Tesla, Tesla tried to break the bear flag, then went back again to the bear flag. Or you can trade Tesla just like this. So the signal that I sent on Wednesday, it was a very easy signal. I was watching this pennant on Tesla. Do you all see this pennant? I was watching Tesla to the upside or to the downside. If we break to the upside, we're going to take calls. If we break to the downside, we're going to take puts. And it just played perfectly. A pennant, we're downtrending, then ranging, range, 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 range. Our entry was just right here when we were about to break the trend. Once we break, this was our entry. The same pennant, if we break to the upside, it's valid for a call entry. So since was that just on the 15 minutes, I wasn't expecting we're gonna see a huge move to the downside, but Tesla did this huge move. And as you can see here, retest, then dump again. This was a perfect play on Tesla. We're watching a pennant break to the downside. This is our entry right here. Stop loss if we went back again to the pennant. Let's say you missed this trade right here. We don't panic. We wait for a pullback. And as you can see here, this is a beautiful pullback, beautiful example for a pullback. Then I continue to the downside. Anyone so far have a question about bear flag, bull flag, pennant? Can you type in yes or no? Are you all asleep? All right, so far we had bull flag, bear flag, and a pennant. This is all considered as a freaking continuation pattern. Let's talk a little bit about reversal pattern. Reversal pattern, which is identify reversal in a trend. let's say we're uptrending, just like that, uptrend, uptrend. Then we reach a point where we have an aggressive sell-off. When we're like uptrending, then we hit the same resistance area twice with the huge red candles. Might be a potential double top. The double top patterns consider as reversal patterns, as you can see here on Roku. This was a beautiful example on Roku, and it's on the daily chart. Look at this on Roku.
What kind of bag do you want for your Starbucks stuff? This one has a zipper.
Oh, we'll use the Hawaii one.
This one?
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
Does anyone know how can I mute everyone?
Thanks, maybe.
All right, a double top is a reversal pattern, which is mean we're like an uptrending, uptrend, uptrend, uptrend. Well, the high is getting higher and the low is getting higher and higher and higher and higher, same as the high, until we hit a big resistance area. Now we see a pullback. Again, a retest to the same area. As you see, this is what is called a double top. Just like this. Again, a double top is a reversal pattern. It's indicate that we might be switching from an uptrend to a downtrend. All what you have to find on for a double top is just a huge rejection, a huge resistance area, demand area, or a supply area. Any bearish price action on the area, this is a potential double top. Your entry should be under the neck right here. And as you can see on Roku, since it's on a daily, it was a beautiful swing trade. So a double top gonna look like that. Then ranging, 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 then boom, boom, boom. This is right here gonna be your entry. Now, how do we trade a double top or a double bottom? I'm not gonna get right here anticipating it's a double top. As for now, when you see it without this trend right here, just for first rejection, send rejection, okay, might be a double top entry. Our safe entry be down here. Once we break under the neck, this is where we enter the puts. Profit target, usually their profit target is where the movement started. It's not always going to be perfect. If you're watching a double top on the 1 minute, that might be a good entry for a scalp. Or if you're watching on the 15 minutes or hourly, might be a good entry for a day trade. Or if you're watching it on the daily or a weekly chart, same as Roku example, this is good for a swing trade. I don't know how I really missed this on Roku. Like right here was the perfect entry. Uptrending, hit the resistance area, hit the same resistance area. This is right here this is the neck right here. And now Roku is pretty much back where the move just happened. So your entry on the double top should be like here. Above the neckline again, we take a small loss. As long as we're under the neckline, this is a valid swing trade, day trade, scalp, whatever you want to call it. I rejects that top always and expect price point or certain areas. Well, maybe you can see it on like a 1 minute time frame. Maybe you might see something like this. Let's say this is a 1 minute time frame. You'll see something just like this. We're uptrending, small uptrend. This is right here. This is a double top. It could be an area or it can be a price point. On Roku, it was a price point. And as you can see, what is the price point? The 485. We rejected the 845 few times right here, then aggressive sell-off. As you can see on Google, on Roku, it was just a clear uptrend, non-stop uptrend. Once we hit this area for the first time, we start seeing huge red candles, then a sell-off all the way back to 282, which is 200, almost 200 points to the downside. So this is an aggressive sell-off. Then we went again to test the same area we rejected the first time, and the same scenario happened again. And we saw an aggressive sell-off. Right here, if the stock is strong, you can use this area as a support area and just start a long position. If the fundamental is weak, this is where you short the stock. There was another example about the double top. It was really clear too. I believe it was Bryant. All right, it was a triple top. Anyone so far have any question about double top? All right. Now we're gonna see something just the opposite of the double top. It's the double bottom. You'll see something just like this. You'll see a downtrend, then we hit a certain area or a certain price. How would you know if it's a double top and not W? Well, the W is more like a reversal to the upside. This is a W, which is a double top. But if we're reversing to the downtrend, it's going to be like this. And that's why we don't anticipate what's going to happen. We always wait for a breakout. Like maybe I'll be like, okay, open a short position right here, but I'm just anticipating, then this is a double top. We don't know if it's a double top or not, but once we break the neck, this is a good entry, a good safe entry for puts. We as a day trader, we don't really need to anticipate the movement. We can just do our charting things. Then we're like, okay, I'm going to wait for this level to break. If this level, let's say right here, break, that's mean it was a double top. Now we're going to take to the downtrend. But there are sometimes you'll see something just like this. Right here, like this is a double top. I'm gonna go puts, and then you'll see something like this. And so we don't want to caught on a fake out. We don't want to caught because we're just projecting what's going to happen. We always wait for breakout, then we trade the breakout. If we miss the breakout, we wait for a pullback. Once the pullback happened, we take the trade. On SPX, was it SPX? Yes. Look at this example on SPX. It's on a 5-minute chart. You might always be caught on a fake out. That's why you always have a stop loss. And the tighter stop loss, the better. Then it's depend on everyone risk management. But yeah, that's why we always better if we wait for confirmation. We don't just hop in a trade. On SPX, there was an aggressive sell-off. No, we didn't get to that point yet. There was a sell-off or whatever. Let's do just the last part of the trade right here. Right here, we picked the volume. It was kind of indicator for the bottom. Then we start flagging. As we just talked about, an uptrend flag. Our entry should be once we break, so it's somewhere in this area. Take profit. Now we're expecting a pullback, then an aggressive push. So you can identify a bull flag on any time frame. Sometimes we'd be watching a bull flag to break on the 1 minute. When we're watching a bull flag on the 1 minute, this is a scalp entry, in and out, real quick. When we're watching the 5 minutes, might be a good entry for a day trade. That was 2 hours or hour and a half before market closed. It wasn't really a day trade, but we kept uptrending to the end of the day. All right, then sometimes you'll see something just like this. Again, there's like a sell-off, support area, a bounce, back again, the same support area. Then once we break the neck, again, just like that, just like here, this is a valid entry for calls. How do you know you aren't buying the top for a bull flag, breakout entry, or selling the bottom for a bear flag, breakout entry? I feel like I get caught in those too often. Well, that's why we always have a stop loss. This is first. Second, some people trade the bear flag like this. Some people, they enter the bear flag right here. If this candle for like the second or the third retest for the bottom trend line, if the bottom candle formed a bullish candle on the 5 minutes or 3 minutes, let's say we're talking about smaller time frame, a day trading, if this candle on the bottom was a bullish candle, here where they open their call position. I personally like to wait for a breakout. We don't want to anticipate, okay, this is a bull flag. Well, this is a clear bull flag, but we don't want to caught on a fake out. Let's just wait for a breakout and just ride the trend from the beginning. And again, if we miss the breakout, just wait for a retest, then the push. As this example right here, like this was the breakout. This is the breakout here where you can start a call position, take profit, pull back again. Then pushing. If you don't want to caught in a fake out, or if you want to make sure not buying the top or selling the bottom, just wait for retest. Okay, this is a bull flag. Bull flag, it's gonna push, pull back, aggressive push. So let's say you entered for a scalp right here because you're not sure if you're buying the top or you're selling the bottom. Okay, weekly, what pattern does that indicate? All right, let me just finish the bull flag and I'll check out visor. Let's say you bought it right here. I'm like, okay, I'm not sure if I bought the bottom or it's the top. Let's just wait for the move. Push, pull back. Right here, you try and look for an entry. And as you can see, this is on the candlesticks. This is a morning star. A morning star is when you see a small doji candle like this one right here, followed by a big body green candle. This is a morning star. I'm like, okay, that's mean this was a bull flag, a break, pull back, and now this is the push. So you either can enter here, which is a risky entry. It's always a risky entry, or wait for a pullback. Even when you're trading a pennant might go just like that. I see a pennant sometimes break just like that. Boom, boom, boom. This is where our risky entry is. We're trading the breakout. Push. Let's say you missed this breakout move. Just wait for retest. Retest. Then right here, once we see some bullish price action, this is our safe entry. Same thing if we're trading to the downside. Let's say we rejected. This is where the risky entry is. Scalp, pull back. And this right here is the safe entry. You always gotta be patient with the stocks. Always give a stock sometimes. So some are just to move, let the trade breathe, give it a few points. Kind of bull flag, have a flat top, equal highs, or do they always have a lower highs before making a new move higher? Yes. Usually once you hit the top of the bear flag, it's gotta be like some bearish price action. Market maker, they just want to fuck a retail up. They always find, you'll always see some fake outs. Like even on Broco, the top wasn't. This is where I was watching on Broco. I was watching this bear flag to break. The top on the bear flag, it's always some bearish price action. Then when we're ranging, you will see like the volume is dying. If the volume is not dying, there is something off. It might be just a fake push or like a push without the volume. So yeah, the top will always be bearish price action, then will form high, lower high, lower high. With the bear flag, you will see some bullish price action with the higher lows. Just like this one on Tesla. Tesla been forming a lot of bear flags, like even on a daily basis. This is the, which day was it? Okay, this was a Friday. As you see on Friday, we saw some sell-off. Then let's talk about this area right here. Oh, this is a bullish candle. Oh, followed by a bullish candle. Oh, followed by a huge green candle with the bottom wick. Okay, I'm gonna enter calls. No, this is still a bear flag. Wait for the upper trend line to break and hold. Then this might be switched to an uptrend. But as long as the bear flag is there is no reason to buy calls. Was that enough explanation for you? Did I answer a question about the flat top or the move, like higher high or lower high? Okay, sounds good. Let's go to visor C. Okay, which time frame we want me to watch visor? On a weekly? Okay, I think so far this is a pennant. Just an idea how we're gonna trade this pennant. I don't think a visor gonna be a huge move. Well, it also can be like a bull flag, but the pennant is more touches. And yeah, I forget to tell you, do not force a trend line. Never force a trend line. All right, so trading idea for visor. Boom, boom, boom. So scenario number one, we might reject here, bounce here. Okay, let's say we're gonna break to the upside. We might see something just like this, pull back, a bounce. This is a bull scenario, or this is for the bear scenario. Might see a break at this point, pull back, then puts. And this is on a weekly time frame. Since it's on a weekly time frame, when a breakout gonna happen either to the upside or to the downside, we can take it for a swing. We're gonna see a retest for this area maybe, or retest for this area. So now all we do on visor, we put it on a watch list because it might break a pennant. We wait for a break. Maybe you can scalp it on a day trade or quick scalp, or can take it for a day trade. Once we see the retest, this is where we can take a swing. We might see like huge green candles right here, green candle, bearish, some bearish price action. This is where we should be watching for a bullish price action. If in this area we start forming like a big green candle body, or let's say a candle with the wicks on the bottom, this might be right here, might be a good entry for long calls or swing calls, or the same thing for to the downside. But yeah, definitely putting visor on my watch list. Where is visor? BSE. This is Tesla on the weekly. I'm not sure about it. Like it might be, this could be the bottom on Tesla. This might be like a huge bull flag. And now it's time to bounce. I don't know. I'm just gonna wait on Tesla. Tesla and Shopify is one of my best tickers to trade on a daily basis. All right, so far we took bear flag, bull flag, pennant, double top, double buttons. Is it clear for all of those four patterns where we enter, where we put the stop loss, where we take profit, or no? Just type in yes, or if you have any question, you can unmute yourself and just talk to me. I swear to God, I don't bite.
Perfect, brother.
All right. Bull flag, bear flag, pennant, double top, double button. Sometimes we'll see the head and shoulder. I'm not really a big fan of the head and shoulder because it might be tricky. but most of the time it's gonna start with an uptrend, pull back, forming a higher high, pull back, a lower high, then something like this. This is the pattern that Luna formed before start going to the downtrend. It was a high, higher high, lower high, same lows. The lows should be on the same level or hitting the same area. Where do you enter? Can do either way, correct? It's never a stop continuation pattern. Yes, it looked like a middle finger. Yes, pennant can go either way. It's depend on which time frame you're watching pennant. It's also depend on the price action at that time frame. Like if we start seeing some bullish price action after the sell-off, this is might be a good entry for calls. But let's say for uptrending and we start forming a pennant with a dying volume, might be a perfect entry for puts. So yeah, pennant, I usually trade it both way. Bull flag or bear flag, just continuation. Like let's say I'm watching a bear flag. If it's break the upper trend line, this is not a good entry for calls because the bull flag or bear flag is a continuation. Downside, bear flag, we take puts. We don't, calls are not on the table, but we're watching a bull flag. Once we break the upper trend line, this is good entry for calls. Puts is not an option on the table. All right, for the head and shoulder. Where is the short position? Our short position should be once we break the neck. This is the neck for the head and shoulder. Once you break below the neck, this is our entry for puts. And again, even with those type of pattern, you might see a retest, like a sell-off, retest the neck, then trending down to the point where the upper trend started. And at the same time, you might see something, an inverted head and shoulder. Sell off, this is a low, followed by a lower low, followed by a higher low. And right here is where we should find an entry for calls. Above the neck, we buy some calls. The stop loss should be if we go back under the neck. And the target price is where this downtrend movement started. You always gotta have a perfect plan. A perfect plan is you know where you're gonna enter, you know where you're gonna put stop loss, and you know when you're gonna take profit. If you've been trading Tesla for the last few weeks, Tesla been forming bear flags again and again and again. This is right here is the day when me and Hassan in LA, we took the trade. And you see right here, it was a giant, nope, it was this one right here on the 4 hours. So as you see, this is a fake out right here. This is a fake out. This is a fake out. I still remember on this day, me and Hassan, we took some puts because we broke the trend line. Our stop loss was if we went back again to the bear flag. So the plan was just like this. We're at the short position. We entered right here because we gapped down pre-market. We entered somewhere right here. This was a day one, this was a day two. When we started the put position, when Tesla bounced, we were down pretty much 70% or like 50%. We didn't cut the trade. Why we didn't cut the trade? Because we're anticipating this is a pullback. We didn't go back again to the bear flag to cut the trade, and just worked perfectly. Let's take this one out. Sell off, range, range, range. This was a fake out right here. I think I took some puts, then I sold it, or I think this was the earning. Oh yeah, I didn't trade Tesla on this day because I know this was the earning after hours. This wick right here was a pre-market move, was the earning move. When we opened under the trend line again, so bear flag was still intact. All right, a break. This is where you take the risky entry. A pullback exactly to the trend line. And boom. So now if I told you all, okay, I'm watching a bear flag on Tesla on the hourly, do you all know where we're gonna take a trade, where we're gonna put the stop loss, and where's the profit target? Yes, you can use the extended hours, but I don't know. Yeah, you can use the extended hours, but you might be caught on a fake out because a retail is not trading. But the answer with yes or no is yes. So if I told you, okay, I'm watching a bear flag on Tesla, just the one right here. Do we all know when we're gonna take a trade on a bear flag continuation pattern? Everyone got it? All right. Sometimes you will see something like this. We're not uptrending. Like it will start with an uptrend, then we're ranging in a tighter range. This pattern like this, known as a rising wedge. Rising wedge is a reversal pattern. When we see an uptrend, then we keep uptrending, but the volume is dying down. How do we trade a rising wedge? A rising wedge is once we break the trend line, once we break the lower trend line, this is our entry, the stop loss would be above the rising wedge, and then all the way back to the point where the movement started. I really like trading rising wedge and the falling wedge, because usually when we're trading a rising wedge is the falling wedge, there is no retest. Since I said the volume gonna start dying down right here, once we break the trend line, we're gonna see.
Can I have a full size?
We're gonna see a clear flush. This is one of my favorite patterns. Then I'll see something just like the opposite of this. We'll see a sell-off, Then we kept downtrending with a tighter range. This is known as a falling wedge. Falling wedge when we're in a downtrend. When we're downtrending, then the stock starts to keep downtrending, but with a lower volume or lower selling pressure. And this is how we all should be taken a rising wedge, a falling wedge, sorry. Once you break the trend line, this is our entry. And again, with the rising wedge on the falling wedge, rarely need to see a pullback. Like right here, it's a selling pressure, so you're not going to see a high volume because the stock is trending down. Once we see a breakout, probably this breakout going to be with a way higher volume than this downtrend range. And this is how we take the trade. We enter once we see a breakout, the stop loss will be under the lower trend line. The target profit should be where the sell-off happened. Is it clear to everyone? And any book recommendation, Habibi? Yes, there is a lot of useful books you can use. Just hit me up on Discord. I'll send you the links for some ebooks. All right, so far we had bull flag, a bear flag, rising wedge, falling wedge, head and shoulder, inverted head and shoulder, and the pennant. This is like 7 or 8 patterns. It's really easy to identify. You will see it more often than any other patterns. There is a lot of patterns. We can go through those patterns. This is what I like. This is what I like to watch. Like, give me a stock with any of those patterns on any time frame, and this would be a perfect trade for me. I think that's pretty much it for patterns. Now we have time. You can unmute yourself. Ask me any question you have. Anyone has any question?
Yeah, hey Misho, how are you? Thank you for sharing all this information. Quick question is just when I see on the breakouts when to enter and when to exit, what type of, if you're going in and out of the market options on the daily, you're not swinging, what is the last indicator time-wise that you use before you enter the trade? Like just the 1 minute, the 5 minute, like what do you use to make your final call?
Well, usually when I'm entering, I use the 1 minute. Once we're green in the money, so it's less stressful, I use the 5 minutes.
Great, thank you.
And for indicators, you need any breakout, you want to see a volume. Like even a bear flag break to the downside, you want to see some bearish volume. And what I'm watching for tomorrow, I didn't prepare my watch list yet. Once I'm done, I'll just post it, and I'll be like, I'm watching a bear flag on this, I'm watching bull flag on that, I'm watching a pennant, I'm taking a call above this price, or I'm taking a puts below this price. Anyone want to join me while I'm charting? Probably I'll start charting in a few hours. All right, then let's all take a break, like a few hours break. we can do the charting off Zoom, or we can do the charting off Discord. Well, whatever easier for you guys. And again, I'm still on a trial period with Rippy Global for the next 2 weeks. If I'm gonna get the position, I'm gonna try and have like 1 or 2 free classes every week. So if you guys think this was a helpful class, just let me know, let Mitch know, Rippy, so I can keep doing those free classes. There is a lot of things we can talk about. We talked a little bit about patterns today. We can talk about someday. We can talk about candlesticks, volume, trigger prices. Just let me know. What do you think about today's class? This class is gonna be recorded. Mitch can have access to this class. I don't know if you're gonna be posting it on the group chat or just gonna be by request, but I'll let you know. But definitely, if you have any question regarding those patterns we took today, just let me know. Hit me up on Discord. I'll be there to answer all your questions. And probably in like an hour or 2, I'll start charting for tomorrow. Hopefully we'll find some clear patterns so we can trade. And yeah, if you have any question, just reach out to me on Discord, on Instagram, whatever.
Thanks, man. It's very helpful.
And again, if you like today's class, I can host 1 or 2 classes a week. We choose a subject everyone to talk about, and we just like take one subject at a time. For this week, we start with patterns. Next week, maybe we can talk a little bit about risk management, psychology, candlesticks, whatever you guys want. Let's all take a break and meet again in like an hour or 2 for a charting and the watch list for Monday.
Thank you. I think a class on candlesticks would be really useful, because that's kind of something that I think would be really helpful for especially newer traders that don't know candlestick reading. But
Okay.
thank you again for hosting this class.
we can go over candlesticks. Well, candlesticks is a big subject. We might take us a few hours, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm down. We can go over we can go over candlesticks.
All right, thank you again. Have a good night. See you soon.
All right, man. You all have a good night.
Thanks, Misho.
Hmm?